dude. We might need to get under the vehicle. Look there! Oh shit! Okay. What the? Bro, that was a...
Venturing into the woods alone at night can be terrifying. But what happens when you encounter someone or something you'd rather never meet? Like this first encounter, for example, posted by Jasko. Meet Jasko, a paranormal investigator who runs the channel Jasko. Accompanied by his friend Chris, he pushes the boundaries of fear by exploring notoriously haunted locations. Their goal is to document the paranormal. But in this particular forest, a place stained by the acts of a serial killer, they would find themselves in the middle of an active and aggressive haunting that threatened their safety at every turn. Jasko and Chris set up their campsite inside what they ominously call a serial killer's forest.
This is our campsite for tonight, inside of this forest. Now, this is no ordinary forest, guys. This is a serial killer's forest.
Jasko immediately lays out the terrifying history of the location.
The body parts scattered all throughout this forest that have never been found to this day. Now, apart from that, there are still so many more terrifying stories attached to this place. So many dark things have happened here, from the mafia dumping bodies into a body of water nearby, to a doctor doing twisted methods of medicine and surgeries and practices upon its patients.
The legend says body parts are still scattered throughout the forest, and the spirits of the dead are notoriously active, with visitors reporting shadowy figures, screams, and whispers.
Apart from that, it is notoriously haunted. Some of the things that people experience here, for example, seeing shadowy figures.
Their investigation begins with a trip to the infamous lake, where they discover what appears to be a recently abandoned campsite, littered with personal belongings.
Whoa, is that a jacket?
Bro.
What?
Truck prints right here. No lie, those are truck tire prints.
Oh, dude, they were parked right here. You could see where they backed in and left.
Okay.
The spirit box begins painting a grim picture with phrases like homicide and I have killed, suggesting a recent and violent event took place right where they stood.
Homicide.
Wow.
Bro, homicide, the lies I told, blunt weapon. It's literally painting. I really don't... I have killed.
I have killed.
As they explore the abandoned site, they discover a bizarre rabbit-like effigy hanging from a tree and a potential animal trap, suggesting someone very strange had been there moments before.
Bro, dude, there's a croc out here.
Cursed.
The cursed croc.
Oh, good.
But no, dude, bro, what if this thing is cursed? What is this?
Fuck. Okay, hold on. Don't touch that. Do not touch that.
No?
Is it a trap or something?
Oh, bro, what would you do?
Yes.
The situation then escalates dramatically when a blood-curdling scream echoes through the trees, followed by the distinct and terrifyingly close sound of a gunshot.
Oh shit! Okay. What the? Bro, that was a... Oh shit! Chris, give me the gun! That's a gunshot, that's a gun.
Are you good?
Yeah, go.
Petrified, Jasko and Chris scramble back to their truck and flee the area, realizing they are not just dealing with spirits, but a potential human threat as well.
Stories that we've uncovered about this place, but not only that, we're gonna open a Dybbuk box. You know, a haunted box that,
Back at their own campsite, Jasko introduces an object that will amplify the night's terror. A haunted Dybbuk box he purchased online. He reads the chilling description, which warns that the box contains the spirit of a tormented mystic named Mela, and should never be opened, tampered with, or burned.
I'm reluctantly offering this haunted box for sale, an artifact I've kept sealed and undisturbed ever since it came into my possession. This is no ordinary object. It carries a dark, heavy energy unlike anything I've ever experienced before, and I strongly advise against tampering with the wax seals or removing the talisman. Whatever is attached to this object is active and it does not want to be disturbed. Purchase at your own risk. So that's warning number 1.
In a terrifying omen, as he details the warnings, it begins to pour rain, despite the forecast being completely clear for the entire night.
No.
This isn't good.
No. This is not good at all. This is really bad. Bro, this is a... This is as bad of an omen as I've ever seen. Oh God, okay.
Despite the warnings, Jasko opens the box. It appears empty, but immediately after, a disembodied scream rips through the campsite.
What the
Dude.
No way. Chris.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
You opened the box.
Okay, you're telling me that scream was from the box?
The spirit box confirms Mela's presence, leaving them with the horrifying realization that they have just unleashed something into the already malevolent forest. The pair venture to the crumbling foundation of Dr. Steuben's former house, where the spirit box greets them with grim messages.
We'll be here soon, casket. How the hell do we get to this house now? Because can't even see it from the road at the moment.
He murdered them.
No. Chris, can you hold this for a sec? Oh my God, what is going on right now? We're at the doctor's house.
Amidst the ruins, they find a creepy vintage doll and old, weathered photographs of children, possible remnants of the doctor's victims.
I have a bachelor's degree in computer science, and here I am in the forest.
I mean, to be fair, that shows you. What is it?
It's a photo.
Is it really? Sorry, I don't have my glasses on.
Their investigation is cut short by the sight of glowing eyes in the darkness and the sound of something moving, forcing them to retreat back into the night.
What is that?
Oh shit. I see that.
Upon returning to their camp, they make a horrifying discovery. The haunted box is missing from their tent. A frantic search leads them to the fire pit, where they find the box actively burning, a direct violation of the warning that came with it.
Oh shit! No. That's not it.
Are you sure?
Here, can you hold this for a second?
Are you serious right now?
I don't think that's it.
Are you positive?
The spirit box ominously warns them, confirming their fears that someone, or something, had been at their campsite while they were away, leaving a sinister message.
This is not good.
Why?
Universal time.
What am I looking at?
Look in the fucking fire pit. I think we do need to save ourselves. I don't know if I want to stay here anymore. I don't like that. That makes me very uncomfortable.
More are coming.
We don't need any more bad luck in our lives.
Despite the terrifying events, they attempt to get some sleep. The peace is short-lived, as Jasko is awakened by the unmistakable sound of footsteps crunching on the gravel just outside their tent, circling them in the darkness.
There's something walking around our campsite, our tent right now. I can hear footsteps on the gravel. It looks like somebody's walking.
The footsteps persist for minutes, a constant, unnerving reminder that they are being watched and stalked by an unseen presence.
You're like walking on the gravel. I don't know what it is or who it is.
For their final investigation, they drive to the notoriously haunted cemetery at 3:15 a.m.
We are here at the cemetery. If I roll my window down, you can actually see there's a light in the distance.
The activity is immediate and aggressive. Playing a game of hide and clap, they are answered with a loud clap that sounds like it's right next to them.
Yo,
What the fuck? What the
Bro.
Chris. That was like right here. That
I know,
was.
it's right here. What the fuck was that?
Jasko decides to enter the cemetery alone, but as he walks among the graves, a terrifying, inhuman growl erupts from the darkness, sending him running back to the truck.
What was that?
What was that, Chris?
What was that? What?
What the hell was that?
Someone does not want us here right now.
No.
Someone does not want us here
I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. That didn't sound human.
at all.
I was trying to be respectful, not going in there with equipment and stuff. Fuck
I
that.
assume the camera would have been too much for them.
As they flee, they hear a sinister whistle, a final, chilling farewell from whatever haunts those grounds.
Let's get the hell out of here. Guys, something isn't right here.
The most disturbing aspect of this investigation isn't a single event, but the relentless and intelligent nature of the haunting. from the scream and gunshot at the lake to the box being burned and the footsteps circling their tent. The entities in this forest seemed to be actively hunting and tormenting the investigators. The activity wasn't random, it was calculated, responding directly to their actions and escalating whenever they got too close to the truth. While unexplained noises can be dismissed, the combination of physical evidence, direct spirit box communication, and a series of events that seem too coincidental to be chance makes this a truly terrifying piece of footage. The presence of the mysterious white truck and the discovery at the lake suggest that the dangers in this forest are not just spiritual, but potentially human as well. It serves as a stark reminder that when you step into a place with such a dark history, you never know what's truly waiting for you in the shadows. Stealth camping in an urban environment presents a unique set of dangers. But what happens when you choose to spend the night in a place known for its crime and unpredictable nature? We'll explore one of the most unsettling urban camping nights ever documented. Meet Ian, the adventurer behind the YouTube channel Ian, on YouTube. Through his videos, Ian shares a raw and unfiltered look at his life, from scenic hikes in nature to the harsh realities of camping in his car. He offers viewers a unique window into his experiences. But one night, his quest for compelling content would lead him to confront the very real dangers of his own city. The day started peacefully with a hike, but as night fell, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. After finishing a late shift at work, Ian decided to take on a challenge for his subscribers, surviving a night in what he describes as a very, very, very bad area.
So I just got out of work, and what a day I had. I got a couple stories to share with you guys. This is a very, very, very bad area. If you look right now, this is where we are. There's a liquor store here that's closed. There is another liquor store here. And if you go around the corner, there's another liquor store right there.
At 2 a.m., surrounded by closed-down businesses and an unsettling quiet, he began searching for a place to camp, fully aware that he was entering an environment where anything could happen. As he drove through the dimly lit streets, a sense of unease began to creep in. The area was notorious. The constant foot traffic and the presence of what he called interesting characters made it clear that this was not a place to let his guard down.
I'm starting to get pretty sketched out. My city's pretty ghetto. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this probably isn't the best idea. There's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of interesting characters.
His primary goal was to find a spot where he could survive the night without incident. But every potential location, from a dirty alleyway to a random street corner, seemed to carry its own set of risks, amplifying his growing anxiety.
I'm not going to camp here. There's no way. There's just so much bad going on. I've just been sitting here kind of observing for a second, seeing what's going on, and there's no way I survived the night out here without getting a broken window or something. This is insane. No, definitely not this dirty alleyway. I can't believe how bad my city has gotten. It was relatively nice before when I was a kid, but now it's just an absolute dump. And it's really sad to see like the city you grew up in just turn into like a...
He finally settled on a supermarket parking lot, a small patch of relative safety in a sea of uncertainty. Deciding to make a late-night meal, he began preparing a grilled cheese sandwich in the back of his car. The simple, mundane act stood in stark contrast to the tense environment just outside his windows.
Now, I don't have the best track record of doing this, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. And we are going to see if I can make a grilled cheese sandwich in the back of my car. This is the strangest thing I've ever done in my entire life, bro. Got out of work, I went on a hike, I'm here in a parking lot at 2 a.m. making grilled cheese in the back of my Kia Forte.
Before starting, he made sure to lock his doors, a crucial move given how active the area was, even in the dead of night. This small click of the lock served as a stark reminder of the thin barrier separating him from the potential dangers lurking just feet away. Though the rest of the night passed without a direct confrontation, the experience was a sobering one. Ian was surrounded by a palpable sense of threat, a constant, low-level dread that something could go wrong at any moment. The sounds of the city, the distant figures, and the knowledge of where he was created a psychologically taxing environment that was far from a peaceful night's rest. Unlike a remote forest where the fears are of the unknown, the horror in the city is all too familiar. It's the unpredictability of other people. You can never be sure of their intentions or what desperation might drive them to do. Fortunately, Ian's caution and luck kept him safe through the night. His experience is a chilling testament to the fact that sometimes the most frightening place to be is not in the isolated wilderness, but in the heart of a city after everyone else has gone to sleep. The call of the wild promises peace and solitude, but sometimes the deeper you go into nature, the more you realize you're not truly alone. What starts as a simple camping trip can quickly become a terrifying ordeal. Tonight, we explore a journey that will make you question the safety of the open road. Meet Natasha, the creator behind the YouTube channel Quest Out West. Living in her Dodge Grand Caravan with her 3 cats, she documents her travels and encourages her viewers to face their fears and step outside their comfort zones. But on one particular evening, a search for a remote campsite would push her own comfort zone to its breaking point, leaving her genuinely terrified. The adventure began in Squamish, as Natasha set off in search of a secluded spot to spend the night. Following her GPS down a remote service road, her initial excitement soon gave way to a growing sense of unease.
I'm starting to get a little nervous because we seem to be driving out a lot further than I intended. This is a pretty narrow road, quite bumpy, and I'm not sure what this...
The road grew narrower and more treacherous, with a sheer cliff drop just inches from her tires. With no room to turn around, the chilling realization that she was committed to this dangerous path began to sink in.
I can't turn around, and that is a steep cliff. I don't know if you guys can really see this.
She soon arrived at a fork in the road, faced with a daunting choice. One sign pointed toward a paid campground, while the other warned that the road ahead was deactivated.
Warning, road deactivated.
After seeing another vehicle take the forbidden path, she decided to risk it, a decision she would instantly regret. As she attempted the steep incline, her van's tires lost their grip, and the vehicle began to slip backward toward the ledge.
Oh my God, use extreme caution. Oh my God. Okay, no, I don't know, man. Okay, and the car is like literally slipping backwards.
Overcome with terror, she abandoned the plan, her heart pounding from the close call. Finding a small pull-off with a breathtaking view, she decided to stop for a moment. But the beauty of the landscape was overshadowed by a palpable sense of danger. She was parked precariously close to the edge of the cliff, and a horrifying discovery below seemed to confirm her fears. The wreckage of what looked like a vehicle that hadn't been so lucky.
That is stunning, but at the same time, I'm concerned that in the middle of the night that we're gonna accidentally roll down the hill or something. Or maybe even just get hit by somebody else coming down this road. Would not be good. Is that a crashed plane? I don't think it's a plane, but it might be a crashed RV. Somebody that actually did go off this edge. So, it's an authentic fear.
It was then that a strange and unsettling sound echoed from the deep woods. A bizarre noise she could only compare to the creature from the movie Predator.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Is that supposed to be a bird?
As she unpacked, a profound sense of vulnerability washed over her. Every item she removed from the van was another obstacle preventing a quick escape if the source of that sound decided to emerge from the darkness.
I'm doing this, I realize how I'm becoming increasingly more vulnerable as I take stuff out of the van. It's not like I could just slam the door shut and take off, because I gotta put all this stuff back in the van. And then I'm hearing this weird-ass sound from the woods.
As night fell completely, so did a blanket of fear. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig sent her into a panic. Unable to shake the feeling that she was being watched, she knew she couldn't stay.
It started to get dark pretty fast, so I scrambled to finish my food and then shove everything back in the van. Now it's getting pretty dark, and I really just want to get out of here. I don't want to sleep here for the night. I'm just too creeped out. Every single little noise that I heard, I was like, oh my God, what is that? Is that a bear? I just can't.
She hastily packed everything back into the van and fled, but her ordeal was far from over. Driving on a pitch-black highway, a truck suddenly appeared behind her, tailgating aggressively with its high beams blinding her. The driver's menacing behavior escalated until he nearly forced her off the road as she tried to pull over, turning her escape from one threat into a terrifying confrontation with another.
A truck starts driving behind me, really right up on my butt, like tailgating me, and with his high beams on or whatever, and he's doing it on purpose. And I'm going like 85 in a 90. It's not like I'm going too slow. I'm just going too slow for him. And I saw a turnoff for a lookout, but he was right on my ass. I couldn't even slow down, so he almost ran me off the road, and there was nothing else I could do.
Shaken and exhausted, Natasha eventually found refuge in a familiar Walmart parking lot. The intended peaceful night in nature had transformed into a multi-layered nightmare. While the mysterious sounds in the woods were unsettling, the most direct and terrifying threat came from another person on that dark, lonely road. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes the most dangerous predators aren't the ones lurking in the forest, but the ones behind the wheel. Embarking on a solo road trip can be an exhilarating adventure, but the freedom of the open road often leads to isolated, unfamiliar places. What happens when the sun goes down and you find yourself utterly alone in the dark? We'll explore a chilling night in the wilderness that will make you reconsider ever camping solo again. Meet Teo, the creator behind the YouTube channel My Name's Teo. Along with his trusted companion Lars, he documents his travels, sharing the highs and lows of life on the road. His content is a raw and honest look at adventure, from bustling cities to serene landscapes. But during one leg of his cross-country journey, Teo would find himself in a situation where the silence of the wilderness felt far more threatening than the noise of any city. After a long and exhausting trip, Teo was looking for a place to rest for the night. He found what seemed like a perfect spot on the map, a dispersed camping area within the massive Talladega National Forest in Alabama.
We found this spot, Talladega National Forest. From what I've read, it seems like it's got dispersed camping. It's an hour, it's like 50 minutes away. But if I go to this national forest, Talladega, I looked it up, and tomorrow I'll have an hour and 10-minute drive to get to Atlanta. So it gets closer. So we're gonna go check it out and see if we can find a free.
Believing it would be a peaceful end to a long day of driving, he set his course for the woods, unaware of the unnerving darkness that awaited him. As Teo pulled into the designated campsite, a wave of unease washed over him. The area was deserted and cloaked in an oppressive darkness that swallowed the beam of his headlights.
Super sketchy. This is the campsite, apparently, and I can just park, I guess, anywhere. I don't see anyone here. But also, I just got this off of Google, man. It is pitch black dark here. I know this is like normal for normal people, but I mean...
This wasn't the welcoming, rustic campsite he had envisioned. It felt isolated, abandoned, and deeply unsettling. A seasoned traveler who had spent time on conservation crews, even Teo felt his confidence waver. He was used to being in a group, but out here, the profound silence and isolation were terrifying. To make matters worse, Teo realized his headlamp batteries were dead, leaving him with only his phone's flashlight to pierce the suffocating blackness.
And I'm gonna have to crack the windows because it is hot. I was gonna put the tailgate tent up, but it's just so dark I can't even see. I don't have batteries for my headlamp. All I have is AA. I thought I was good with just the AA. Nope, needed AAA for the headlamp. Yeah, I guess we're just not gonna do that. So we're gonna try to cool down. I don't know how to keep the mosquitoes out when I open the window. Maybe like spray the window, maybe they'll...
Trapped in his vehicle, unable to set up his camp properly, his van became less of a sanctuary and more of a cage. The smallest sound from the surrounding woods could now be a potential threat. He was completely vulnerable, alone with his thoughts in a place that felt anything but safe. Though Teo tried to settle in for the night by setting up his laptop for a movie, the feeling of being watched never truly left him. Who else was out there in the pitch-black forest? Were the few people he thought he heard earlier fellow campers, or something else entirely? The night passed without incident, but the psychological toll of being so isolated and exposed left a lasting mark. Sometimes, the most terrifying encounters are not with ghosts or creatures, but with the chilling realization of your own vulnerability. For Teo, it was a stark reminder that in the wilderness, you are at the mercy of the unknown. Fortunately, he made it through the night unharmed, but the memory of the deep, unnerving darkness of Talladega National Forest is one that will surely haunt his future travels. Driving at night can feel isolating, the darkness hiding unexpected dangers just beyond the reach of your headlights. But what happens when the road ahead reveals something that should not be there? We'll examine two terrifying roadside encounters that were caught on camera. The clip, captured from a driver's dashcam, starts off on a seemingly normal, dark road. It was when they drove to a campsite later during the night. However, as the vehicle moved forward, it became clear that this is no ordinary drive. Almost right away, a haunting white figure can be seen in the distance, appearing to hold a cane. The situation quickly escalates as the car inches closer. The figure begins limping directly toward the vehicle, its unnatural and menacing pace causing the driver to audibly panic. The driver's terror is palpable as the figure continues its relentless approach, completely ignoring the moving car. The driver can be heard shouting, desperately trying to get the figure to back away, but it has no effect. The encounter reaches its terrifying peak as the figure gets closer. Suddenly, the figure lets out an unearthly shrieking noise directed right at the driver, a sound that defies any simple explanation. To this day, it remains unclear what exactly the driver captured on video that night. While some encounters leave us with unexplainable questions, the next one is a stark reminder of how quickly a normal situation can turn into a life-or-death scenario. The danger here isn't supernatural, it's terrifyingly real. A relaxing camping trip can be a perfect escape from daily life. But what happens when nature, and humanity, decide to unleash their most terrifying forces. We'll explore a story where a peaceful getaway turns into a fight for survival against not one, but two life-threatening events. Meet the creator behind the YouTube channel Kayak USA. He takes his audience along on serene fishing and camping adventures, showcasing the beauty and tranquility of the outdoors. His videos are typically a peaceful escape, filled with tips on gear, fishing techniques, and the simple joys of a night under the stars. But on one fateful trip, he and his cousin Dylan would find themselves in a situation far beyond anything they could have ever prepared for, capturing a real-life nightmare on camera. The day began like any other adventure. The creator arrived at Lake Gunnersville, a favorite camping spot in Alabama, ready to set up for a few days of fishing.
We're gonna head to Gunnersville this morning, pick out a camping spot, set everything up. It's gonna be a hot one today, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Spend the next couple of days out there catching some fish. Myself out here camping. This is my favorite place to camp in Alabama. And if y'all remember the last video when I got the hook in my hand, that grass patch over there is where it happened. They always blow up top water there early in the morning and right before dark.
The sun was out, the water was calm, and he looked forward to a relaxing weekend. He set up his tent, organized his gear, and was soon joined by his cousin Dylan. The scene was perfectly idyllic, a picturesque campsite right on the water's edge, seemingly miles away from any danger. The first sign of trouble appeared as a distant rumble of thunder. As the cousins were wading in the water and fishing, they noticed the weather beginning to turn.
So we just checked the radar, and apparently we have a storm headed our way already, but it may miss us. If you look over there, those clouds, it's raining on the other side of the lake, but I feel like it's going this way. Holy cow, y'all. So I don't know how much I just filmed out in the water. Me and Dylan were both just wading and fishing, and look what just rolled up on us. Look at this. It is pouring, and that's only a few hundred yards away. It is white capping out here on the water. Look at this. This just came up out of nowhere.
A storm was rolling in, but initially, they believed it would pass them by. That assumption was shattered in an instant. The sky darkened ominously, and what started as a simple storm cell quickly escalated into a terrifying, violent force of nature. Within minutes, the wind was howling, the lake was churning with whitecaps, and a wall of rain and wind descended upon their campsite.
We've had something pop up on us right here, and it is bad, y'all. I don't know if you can tell, but we're inside of this gazebo, holding it down, and it's picking me up. Holy shoot. This is nuts. This is nuts, y'all. I hope that pole holds up.
Oh my God, dude. We might need to get under the vehicle.
Dude, I've never been in something like this.
This is horrible, man. I haven't either. We probably need to be under our truck.
There ain't no doubt.
If this tree comes down, it's gonna hit us.
Panic set in as they scrambled for shelter, clinging desperately to the poles of their gazebo to keep it from being ripped from the ground. The force was so immense it lifted them off their feet. This was no ordinary storm. It was a tornado. Sticks and debris flew through the air, and the terrifying sound of snapping wood echoed around them as a massive tree crashed to the ground just feet from where they were.
Hey, that tree just went down. That tree just went down beside us. Guys, I think we are in the middle of a tornado. My kayak is beached.
His kayak was torn from its mooring and thrown onto the rocks. They were trapped in the middle of a vortex of pure destruction. As quickly as it arrived, the tornado passed, leaving a trail of devastation. The cousins, shaken but alive, surveyed the damage. Their campsite was in shambles, and a massive pine tree lay exactly where they had originally planned to set up camp. A chilling reminder of how close they had come to death.
of a tornado right now or not, but we just had to hold that down. Whatever just hit, it took this tree down where I was going to park. Look at this. It completely uprooted. I was really worried about these that were up under here. My kayak is completely underwater. Thank goodness I didn't have my... Look at this. This is where we were going to park. We changed our mind the last second and parked down there. We wanted to park right behind the bathroom, and we decided to go a little bit further. This was going to be our camping spot, right where this tree's laying. I want y'all to see what just came down. Look at that. That's beside Dylan. This is where we were going to camp. And right there is where we're camped.
But just as they began to process the natural disaster they had just survived, an entirely different kind of chaos erupted. The next morning, as they sat by the water cooking breakfast, the calm was shattered by the screech of tires.
Oh my God, it is! Holy dude. All right, y'all, we have a high-speed chase. Oh my God. He's in a Prius. Oh God, he's going around that van. He's going around the van. Are you kidding me?
A red Prius came tearing across a nearby bridge at unbelievable speeds, weaving recklessly around traffic with police cars in hot pursuit. A high-speed chase was unfolding right before their eyes, a stark and violent display of human danger cutting through their moment of recovery. They had survived a confirmed tornado only to witness a dangerous police chase hours later. Their peaceful camping trip had turned into a showcase of nature's fury and man's recklessness. The creator and his cousin packed up their ruined camp. The memory of the storm and the adrenaline of the chase forever burned into their minds. One can prepare for bad weather, but no one can truly prepare for a tornado striking without warning. What's even more unsettling is that after surviving such a terrifying force of nature, they were confronted by a completely different kind of threat. It's a chilling reminder that danger doesn't follow a script. Fortunately, they walked away unharmed, but their story serves as a stark warning. The great outdoors is beautiful, but it is also brutally unpredictable. Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these clips, subscribe to my channel and click to see more on the video on screen.